So thanks for being here on this gray morning. It was kind of hard to get out of bed for me. It's like gray. Oh. Well, let's just find a nice seat and turn inward. Take a couple of long, slow, deep breaths and feel yourself settle into the earth, to your seat. Just notice any parts of your body that are touching the floor. Today is going to be a grounding practice. So, really connecting to your root chakra, which is right there at the base of your spine. And it's the chakra that, when balanced, gives you safety and security, feelings of being safe in this world. I can survive, that kind of thing. So when you really take the time to ground yourself, you don't feel as anxious or fearful. That's the whole purpose of practice today. When you really feel present in your body, you feel present in the rest of your life as well. It's all about being here now in your physical body on this beautiful earth. Please bring hands to heart center. May we all feel present and grounded, not anxious. When we feel present, we're much more likely to catch the beauty and the grace that's always there. Please lower your hands, open your eyes. And usually, when you ground yourself down, so feel the parts that are touching again, ground down, and then once you do that, you can feel your spine lengthen and stretch your arms up. So root to rise, right? And then just twist to your right. Try to keep everything grounded that was grounded. Just engage a little twist in your upper body. And then stretch up and shift to the other side. Breathe. Good. Stretch back to the center and fold forward. Part of grounding is hip openers, so just warn you, that's where we're going. And come on up. Switch the shins that's in front, or, just kind of the lay. Stretch up again and fold forward. Come on up and please transition to all fours position and just take a minute here. So sometimes we get here and we don't notice our grounding of our hands. So spread the weight, ground down. And then for today, I want you to stretch your toes long so you have more real estate with the earth. So just feel that. And then start to move in a big figure eight, just kind of noticing the groundedness of each limb as you work through. And then switch directions. Make you think a little bit. And then pause, spreading the weight evenly on all fours, and then just kind of rotate forward and back, stretching out your wrists, your knees, your ankles. Keep those feet grounded. And then next time you're back, you might have to um, widen your knees. You decide, come to child's pose. Just let everything melt into the earth. So even try bringing your hands back by your feet and let your shoulders drip down. You feel lots of connection with the warm earth. One more breath. Then come on up to all fours and just bring your hands forward a little bit. Move your shoulders over your wrists and try to think, oh, I'm going to just touch the ground as much as I can as I lower down. And come on to elbows. And just move into Sphinx pose. So press down. You feel your hands and your forearms. Lengthen the sides of your body. Draw the rib cage back. Draw the shoulder heads of the shoulder back. And then feel your heart and feel your feet planted. The lengthening. Good. And then relax down. Bring your hands back to set up for Cobra. And just slowly lift into Cobra. Feeling the groundedness of your legs and feet and hands. Root to rise. One more breath. And come on down and push back to all fours again. I'm going to have you try this. So you're just going to curl the toes under, swivel your left foot to the left, and then lift that left knee and move it out to the side to open the hip and then move back like to child's pose. And then move forward, lower the knee, swivel the foot back in. And then we'll do the other side. So swivel the right foot out, lift the knee, open the hip as you move back. And then bring the knee down, swivel the foot back in. Have to think on this one. Switch sides. So swivel the foot first, open, I ground that foot down as I move. And then come on back. Switch. Right foot comes out. Lift the knee. Ground the right foot down. Move back. And come on in one more time. Each side. Left foot. Lift the knee. Ground the foot down. Move back. Come forward. Knee down. Foot in. Foot out. Ground back. And come on in. Good. Now, come on up to your first downward facing dog. Feel the groundedness of your hands, maybe even your feet. Even though the heels are lifted, you just see, am I spreading the weight evenly in the balls of my feet? Good. And then come forward to plank pose. Feel the groundedness there. Broaden your clavicles. Really feel the connection of the earth as you press down. Feel the earth press back up, lengthening your spine. Good. And then lower to the mat. You guys were smarter than me because you have your blocks handy. I'm going to have to grab my blocks. Grab one block and lay on your right. Why don't we start on left side? You can see me. And one block will be in front. This block, you're just going to lay your head on. And then lift your top leg. And you're just going to rotate the leg in the socket. So start from the hip, rotate it out, and then back in. Maybe the toes point down more. Yeah, just do that a few times. We're just warming up the hips. Try not to let your pelvis move much. You're just rotating that ball and socket of your right hip. Good. Now, pause in the middle, bend the knee and bring the knee on top of the block. Flex the foot and then just lift and lower here. So you're just, again, rotating that hip in the socket. Your pelvis doesn't move. Even bring your hand on your right hip so you can feel that. It just rotates in and out. Good. Now, next time it's up, hold it there and then extend the left leg, so the underneath leg, and lift it up and rotate it in the socket once. You'll feel it in the right hip more than the left. Good. And then relax it down. Relax both feet down. And come up to all fours. And just move your head block out of the way. But the other block, you just bring your right knee on. And come to all fours there. And then you're going to extend your left leg. And just open and close the hip. So try not to move the right hip too much. You're just lifting your left hip and opening the hips and then closing. So lift and lower. Open the hips, shoulders stay square, and close the hips to the floor. You feel that? You feel it in your right hip because your left hip's staying stable. It's just opening and closing, right? 2 more times. And then next time the hip is open, lower to your right elbow and just move forward and back. Really feel it in that right hip. Good, one more time. Square up the hips and come off. Ooh, good job. Okay, let's do the other side. So lay on your right side now that you kind of know what's happening. You don't have to see me. Bring the other block in front. Oh, that feels nice. Lift the top leg and just start by opening and or not opening and closing, rotating. Try not to let your hips move. The pelvis doesn't move, just the femur bone and the socket, and the whole leg follows. Start with the hip, move down. You don't have to do this fast, just notice. Good, and then pause, bend the knee, bring it on top of the block. Your right leg straightens if it's not already. Flex the foot and just lift and lower. And next time the foot's lifted, pause there. Keep it lifted. And lift the right leg. Try and rotate that leg in the socket a couple times. Good. Holding the left foot up and relax down. Good. Come on up to that all fours position. Move your head block out of the way. Hands under shoulders, left knee on the block. Turn this way, and then just open and close the hips. So extend the right leg, open and close. You're still working that left hip. The right leg is just stable, moving with the pelvis. Two more times. And next time, when the hips are open, just move forward and back. Oh, I forgot, lower to your elbow. It's more stable. Move forward and back. I almost fell. Feel the stretch in your left hip. And you feel some work in your right hip because you're keeping it lifted, but it's not really a stretch. It's just lifted. Good. Oof. And square everything up. Come off. And just move your block out of the way. Stretch your feet long again. Sit back on your heels. Feel grounded. Take off a layer. That was a selfish thing to do, but you need to get this sweater off now. And make your way back to a downward facing dog. And just think root down to rise up. Feel your sits bones lift and move back. Walk out your dog. When you're totally connected to earth, you're totally present in your body. It's more of a physical chakra. And then slowly walk your hands back to your feet and come to a forward fold. I want you to just kind of really notice your feet. Are you connected to the floor through all four corners? Just sway forward and back a little bit so you can check. Oh, yeah, I'm connected. And when the weight's right in the middle, pause and think root down. So if you press the feet down, the earth pushes back. Just feel the length in your legs when you do that. Good. And then slowly roll up, thinking root to rise. And come on up to standing. Now, mountain pose or Tadasana is a really good grounding pose. So you did it when you were in Uttanasana, but lift and spread your toes so you feel all four corners of both feet. And then bring the toes down. Don't grip with the toes, but feel how they help with balance and connection. Good. And then press down with the feet to then rise up and then stretch your arms up. Root to rise. Okay, now bring your right arm down and arc to your right. Feel grounded just through both feet. Anything that's touching the ground. Good. And come on up. Both arms up. Left arm down. Root to rise up and then arc. Good. And come on back up. Root to rise. And then bring hands through heart center. Now you feel super grounded through your feet, but shift your weight just to your right foot. Lift your left heel. And we're going to come to tree pose. So either keeping the foot on the ground, you can bring the heel in, you can bring it below the knee, or if you want to try full tree above the knee. Think root to rise. And bring hands to heart center and release. Good job. Now find that rooted feeling again. This time it'll be through your left foot and lift the right heel and transition wherever pose feels good to you. Root down to rise up. Hands to heart center and release. Good. Feel that connection again. Stretch up, root to rise. And please fold forward. Feel that connection through your feet with the floor. Just check it out. You can see your feet. You can sway forward and back to feel even more. And then walk your hands forward back to the downward facing dog. I want to try a funky pose. So listen careful. You're going to come forward to plank. Lift your right knee up towards your chest and then extend the leg out to the left side. So you just kind of shoot that leg out and then ground the inner edge of your left foot down and just slide down so your right hip maybe comes to the floor, maybe not, keeping your shoulders square to the front. This is called Bridget's Cross. And if you want more, you can come down to elbows, maybe even slide down. Yeah, just still that same open hip position, but it's weight bearing, so it's a little more intense. Good. Come on, back up. Turn the left heel up. Slide the foot in, the knee in, and come to downward facing dog. And then to switch sides, come forward to plank. Send that knee up into your chest and then off to the right side. Just go slowly. You're really connecting. Right inner edge of your foot can come down if that helps. And then maybe lower down. If you can't, yeah, if one side's way different than the other, you don't have to come down. You don't even have to lift that hip. I feel it, a big stretch, yeah, and then it's a twist. Yep. Kind of a cool pose, though. I like it. Come on back up. Curl the right toes under, slide the knee in, come to downward facing. And then lower your knees, please. And find your blocks and bring them under your hands. I'm going to do mine on um, the low side so I can really feel connection with more parts of my hands. But if you have really tight hamstrings, please put them on medium and then come up back up to downward facing dog. Notice how you can get more purchase with your feet, with your hands a little higher. Maybe your heels feel like they're coming down. You're just attempting, you might have to bend the knees. Good. And then extend the left leg and step it to the outside of the left block. Just feel that. Bring your left hand to your thigh. Keep the hips square to the floor, the shoulders square. You're just gonna twist. You'll feel it in your hips though a little bit too. Good. And then touch down, lower the back knee. Feel all four corners of that left foot grounded. Stretch your right toes long so you feel like, wow, I have a lot of connection with the earth there. And press down, hug to the midline, and maybe lower to your elbows for humble pose. And come on back up, curl the left or the right toes and step back, downward dog. Extend the right leg, step it to the outside of the right block. Kneecap and toes point the same direction. So my foot turns out slightly. And right hand to the thigh. Add a little twist. Try not to let the left hip lower down. Just draw the right hip into the socket. Add that little twist. Good. Unwind. Lower the back knee. Stretch that left foot long. Make sure it's pointing straight back. Mine always wants to turn out on this side. Keep your spine nice and long and maybe lower down for humble pose. Feel the connection through all four corners of the right foot. Root down to rise up. So think hug knee towards heel, and your spine just lengthens a little bit. One more breaths. And then please come on back up, curl the toes, step back, downward facing dog. And then just step your feet up between the blocks to a forward fold. Again, just really making sure you're grounded. So try to keep that feeling of groundedness in your feet as you bend your knees. Bring your hands on your knees and slowly bring your torso upright for chair pose. Maybe even extend your arms. Feel the rib cage back. Get a little deeper. You got this. Good. Hands back to the knees. Fold forward. Feel, still feel that connection with the floor. And then step your left foot back to a deep lunge. Lower the back knee. Stretch the toes long. Feel really grounded through the right foot, the left leg and foot. And then slowly come upright. When you feel that connection, you root down to rise up, Anjane Asana. Feels different. Feel the knee really connected, the foot really connected, both feet really connected. Good. Touch down. Slide your hips straight back to straighten your right leg. Make sure everything's in alignment. You can use the blocks here if you have really tight hamstrings. Hip, knee, heel, line up both sides. And then really press the heel down. You're going to feel a stretch in your right hamstrings. Draw that leg into the socket so the hip stays square. And then maybe if you want more stretch the toes towards the floor and fold deeper. Really just notice your connection to the floor and how that helps you. Good, and then slowly bend back into the front knee, hands on the blocks. Root down to rise up, Anjane Asana again. And then just for a little bit of a challenge, curl your left toes under and root down to rise up to crescent. Keep your hips square to the front. Feel that rootedness. And touchdown. Good job. Big step forward. Forward fold. Yeah, it was. And let's switch sides. Right foot back. Lower the back knee when you're ready. Stretch the right toes long. Come a little more upright. Hands are still on the block so you can really root the left foot and the right knee and foot down. And then come upright. Root down to rise up, Anjane Asana. One more breath. On the exhale, touch down. Now you just slide the hips straight back, straighten the left leg, press that heel down, check that everything's aligned. Draw the leg into the socket. Press that heel down, press the right foot and knee down, stretch the toes, maybe fold deeper. Keep breathing. And then bending back into the front knee, hands to the blocks. I lost my back foot, so now I'm reconnecting there. I'm pressing down through my front foot. I stretch up, Anjane Asana. And then for that challenge, curl the right toes under. You don't have to do this. Keep the hips square, press down to rise up, root to rise, crescent warrior. One more breath. And please touch down. Good, step back. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. And step your feet forward. Forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Push down to root down and then extend. Exhale, fold. And inhale, reach all the way up. Feel that rooting down to then rise up. And bring hands to heart center. Close your eyes for a moment with all this balancing and grounding. See how you feel. Feel hopefully grounded. Balance is not an issue. It is. It's okay. Open your eyes, everybody. Release your hands. I'm going to have you step back. And if you have balance issues, I suggest you go by a wall because we're going to do a hip opener standing. That's a little bit challenging. So again, find that rooted down Tadasana position. Bend your knees slightly and just shift your weight to your right foot. And then bring your left ankle over your right knee and sit a little deeper to Utkatasana. Bring your hands to heart center. So root, feel your core engaging. Sit a little deeper if you want to. And then press into that foot, root to rise and unwind. Very good. Switch. So bend both knees to start. Shift your weight. Bring right ankle over left knee. See how much you can keep your core helping you out here. You can bring your arms out for balance if you want. This is always my challenge side. Good. And then press root down to come on up and out. Well done. Okay. Come down to downward facing dog on the blocks. I'm going to have you extend the left leg and step it to the outside of the block, but not quite as far up. So it's kind of like right behind the block. Still, the toes are turned out. I want you to really ground that foot. And then you're just gonna jump to the little toe side of your right foot. So I have to really make an effort to get my heel down and bring your left hand to your hip because sometimes that's intense. Yeah, so little toe side of right foot is grounded. Left foot is super grounded, and then twist to your left. You'll feel it right there in your hip. And if you still want more, you can try and straighten the leg. Keep the spine really engaged. Maybe extend the arm. This is called big old butt stretch. Oh man, that's deep. Good, bend the knee. Touch down, turn the heel up, and step back, down dog. Then the right leg, step it behind the block, but to the outside of it, if that makes sense. Ground that foot down. And when you're ready, little toe side of the back foot. I don't know if you can see my whole little toe side is grounded. Right hand to the hip. Root down. Twist to your right. Possibly straighten the right leg if you're wanting more. It's okay if it doesn't go. Extend the arm. Big old butt stretch. Not that you guys have big old butts, because you don't. Maybe old, but not big. Bend the knee, touch down, turn the heel up, and step back. Lower your knees and come to child's pose. Oh, you can bring your arms by your feet again. Just let the shoulders droop. And then coming back up, hands on the blocks. You don't have to use blocks on this one, but if your hamstrings are really tight, I suggest it, and you can walk them back with your hands. Just just an idea. If I'm not going to use them, so don't look at me if because I have really loose hamstrings. Come on up to downward facing dog. Move your feet forward just a little bit. Bend your knees and lift your left foot up and bring the ankle of your left foot on top of the right foot. So you're in a three-legged down dog, but with a hip opener. Good. Now maybe this is all you need. You can work on it there. Or if you want more, you can walk your hands back till your right foot grounds down. Same position you just did. And you can play with rooting down to rise up to that place you were just at if you want. Not working for me. And then come on down, walk your hands back out and unwind. Yeah. Nice slow breaths. Like I said, you don't have to walk your hands all the way back. If it's too intense, don't do it. It's okay. Well, let's switch sides. So bend both knees a little bit. Bring right ankle across the left thigh. And then just see, do you want to walk the hands back? and then play with it. And then walk back out, unwind, and lower to your knees and take child's pose. It's pretty intense. If y'all want to try something really funky, I'll show you. Just watch me. Maybe, maybe you know you can do this. I don't know. I don't know that I can today. We'll see. So it's what we just did. I'm gonna do bend the knees, do it this way, walk my hands back, find that really grounded position. And then see how my foot is like right by my arm? I can hug it and I hug in and then lean forward onto my hands, maybe lift the back leg and extend. Whew, can't extend. Yeah, I did it last night, no problem, but can't do it this morning very long. So that's why you practice those funky things so that eventually maybe you can try some of those. I couldn't do it at 35, but now I can do it at 63. I know. You just get a little bit stronger every time you practice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hope so. Come on down to your backs and just take a moment. Feel, even though your knees are bent here, feet right under knees, I want you to just take note of all parts that are touching the floor. So all four corners of the feet, even 10 toe mounds. Sometimes I lose my heels here. So I want you to feel that. And then your hands are by your hip. Press those down, back of the head's down. And then just press down all the parts that are touching the floor and lift up to Satsubandha. Just feel that root to rise. Mostly your heart rises. One more breath. And with your exhale, lower down. Now just hug your knees in. Roll into a little ball. You can roll your knees side to side a little bit. Just calm the hips down, calm the low back down. And then pause in the middle. Think lift head, shoulders, maybe tailbone, roll into a little ball. And then come on back down. Hold your knees and just let your feet come closer to the floor till your arms are full length. You feel that femur bone grounded into the socket again. Bring your knees wider and let go so the feet come down in a wide position. Bring your arms to cactus or goalpost and let both knees come to the right. You're making a triangle with your right leg and left thigh. And then come on up and over to the other side. And just do that a few times, calming your hips and your back down. Good. And then next time your knees are both to the right side, pause there and bring your right ankle on top of your left knee or thigh, whatever works. And just shift your gaze to the left. Now, if this doesn't feel good, you can just pause in the both knees to the right position. You don't have to add that extra step. Take a few breaths there. One more breath. And unwind. Bring the knees up and over to the left. If you liked the heel on top, add the left heel on top of the right thigh. Turn your gaze to the right to complete that twist. Let your hips relax. And then please unwind. Bring the knees back up. Hug the knees in again. Pull up into a little ball if that felt good. And then relax back down. Grab your kneecaps again. Push the feet away from you. This time, try to keep the feet and the knees together. Release the feet to the floor and then just open your knees for butterfly. Maybe bring your hands on your belly. You can feel your breath move in and out. Supta Baddha Konasana. And then please close your knees and stretch out for Shavasana, the ultimate grounding pose. And so there's so much real estate of your body touching the floor. Just notice that. Finding your breath. Allow it to be steady. Unforced, relaxed. Relaxing every part of your body, letting it melt down into the earth. Imagine the earth is holding you, supporting you, keeping you safe. Let your eyebrows, your temples, your jaw, even your scalp relax. Your eyelids feel very heavy, just pressing down a little bit on your eyeballs. Relax the muscles in your chest, stomach, arms, pelvis, and legs. And feel your entire back body sink into the yoga mat, making deep contact with the earth. Perhaps you can visualize your root chakra right at the base of your spine, glowing red, spinning, keeping you safe and secure. The wave of your breath reminds you that you're present in this body next to the earth. You're safe, secure. Wanted to share these thoughts from Louise Hay, her book Heart Thoughts. This I know and affirm for myself. I love and approve of myself. All is well in my world. I inhale the precious yet abundant breath of life and allow my body, my mind, and my emotions to relax. There's no need for me to scare myself. I am in harmony with all of life, the sun, the moon, the winds, the rain, the earth, and the movement of the earth. The power that resettles the earth is my friend, and I am at peace with the elements. Nature's elements are my friends. I am flexible and flowing. I am always safe and secure, and I know no harm can befall me. I sleep and wake and move in complete safety. Not only am I safe, but my friends, family, and loved ones are also safe. I trust in the power that created me to protect me at all times and under all circumstances. We create our own reality, and I create a reality for myself of oneness and security. Where I am, there's always an island of safety. I am safe. I love and approve of myself. I trust myself. All is well in my world. It's time to start moving in small ways. Feels so nice to be close to the earth. But you're always grounded, even when you start to move. You can reach up and out, expand. You're still connected. Start to bend your knees into your chest. Roll to the right side. And make your way on up to seated, please. So your deep connection with the earth, your root chakra, balanced and open. Please bring hands to heart center. Namaste. Okay. And